Hello everybody, Drew here for the Drew Games podcast and Drew Games and Drew Entertainment here on YouTube.com, coming at you on the YouTube channel Drew Games with the DDG podcast. That's the Drew Games podcast, episode number 33. On today's episode, we're here to discuss the PlayStation Showcase, which apparently is happening tomorrow now. That on September 9th. At the time of recording this is the 8th at 2:03 in the afternoon. Also, we'll be going over our expectations and thoughts on it, as well as the creator of Stardew Valley, apparently, according to rumors, so take it with a grain of salt, but to announce a new game, supposedly not Stardew Valley 2. Also, Mass Effect 5, rumored to be using a version of or the 5th generation of Unreal Engine instead of EA's shitty Frostbite engine for RPGs. We'll get into that. And finally, Sony and their promise of free upgrades to PS5 version from PS4, and we'll get into that as well. And also a slight update or our speculation based on what we know is the case for other things Bethesda in regards to Skyrim 10th Anniversary Edition, which is coming out this November. And we'll get into that. But before we discuss any of this, my younger brother is here as always. Hey, Desert Nord.
Hey there.
How you doing, bro?
Alright.
Anything new on your end for gaming?
Oh, well, I went back to playing Astroneer, which, you know, is an old game for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
I've been having some more fun with it.
Yep. Yeah.
They did an update recently. It's been kind of interesting.
What did it change? Anything that you know of?
Well, they added some new suits, new planets, things like that.
Okay.
You know, still the same fun, you know, but...
Yeah, I was getting back into, for me, The Witcher 3 a little bit, and I was fidgeting with the other Twitch channel of Drew Games with the S on the end of it, or the extra S on the end of it, which is connected to my Xbox Series S, because I'm going to be attempting to stream something off of there and attempt to try to port it over to YouTube to see if it works.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to do that tomorrow after work at this point. But we'll see what happens. So stay tuned for that tomorrow here on this channel, guys. If you see like a flight simulator, which is the game I'm going to try to do it with, just be aware of that. Otherwise, I am going to be live on that channel. That's DREWDATGAMESS, all lowercase, over on Twitch tomorrow, trying to stream Flight Simulator for a little bit and see if I can't port that over to YouTube afterwards to this channel where you guys are right now. So with all of that out of the way and said, PlayStation Showcase for Thursday, September 9th. This only came to my attention on Monday by way of Spawnwave on YouTube. So, Nord, anything you got on your mind about apparently this now happening tomorrow?
Well, I don't know what they'll do, but I'm sure it'll be interesting in some regard. I assume they're going to have gameplay and perhaps a few new announcements of projects they're working on.
Well, Destin on his YouTube channel, whom also works for IGN, I just saw a video today of him going over rating rumors and supposed leaks about the event. One of which was a listing of everything that Sony is supposed to talk about, and Dustin feels that listing was completely fake. because of certain things that were on it. Like,
Yeah, well, you don't know until it happens, right?
Yeah, because one of the things on there was Sony addressing the shortages of the consoles, which,
yeah, okay.
yeah, so that's why I'm agreeing with Dustin that thing's fake. But it also prompted me to come up with an idea for us to do, because you and I do like segments for this type of thing, and going over what we think they're going to do, what we think they should do, and a bold prediction. But I want to add a fourth one to that. Obviously something that's never going to happen. It's obviously fake, but just come up with the most outrageous thing that we think is never going to happen.
Most outrageous thing we think is never going to happen.
Yeah. In other words, it's like a bold prediction, except for there's no way in hell we're ever going to see it from Sony. Ever. Type of thing. Yeah. But we'll get into that at the end of this topic. But with that being said, things that are reported to might be there, like a proper playthrough of the next God of War is being rumored, which is actually believable.
Yeah, that is believable.
Doing something for Horizon Zero Dawn is believable because that's coming out in February. And we'll get a little more into that at the last topic with Sony and next gen upgrades, because there's something to talk about there with that. But aside from any of that, I don't really know what to expect beyond any of that. I know what I don't expect, and that being like really any indie titles, considering what we know how Sony treats indie developers with like how much they charge them to get their games to go on sale, which is the same price as AAA publishers, which is fucking stupid.
Yeah, that is.
And then also charging all developers for their game to be cross-play compatible with other platforms, which is not what, obviously not what PC and Xbox and Nintendo are doing with that. Well, in the case of Nintendo, there's no information about them doing much. So, other than that, we know Fortnite, Minecraft, and those games are cross-compatible with PC, Nintendo, and Xbox. And if the developer pays for it on PlayStation, then over there too. I think Mom just texted me back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because my phone just went off with a text message, but we're in the middle of something right now. So, beyond any of that, my expectations are this: God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and no indie games at this point. That's what I'm expecting. You?
Yeah, I don't expect a whole lot in the indie category.
I don't expect anything, given how they treat indie developers.
Yeah, they're not going to bloom too well under that program.
They're damn sure going to bloom the most under Steam.
Yeah.
And then secondly, probably tied for second is probably Xbox and Nintendo probably.
Yeah. Especially Nintendo that loves those types.
Yeah. But Xbox has been getting with them too, so.
Yep.
Case in point, their game preview process and their ID at and their ID at Xbox or Microsoft or whatever it's called program, which if you guys don't know, ID stands for independent in this case. So independent Xbox games. So they have their whole category for this. So, but with all of that said, what do you think Sony should show us tomorrow?
Well, they should try to show gameplay for projects that are upcoming release.
Like God of War and especially Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, that would be nice if they did that.
Like an actual game demo of somebody playing it.
Yeah, real game footage of it.
Yeah. Considering that Horizon Forbidden West, I believe I said Zero Dawn, it's Forbidden West.
Yeah, Forbidden West, yeah.
Comes out like in 6 months.
Uh-huh. And so to get people, interested, the best thing they could do is say, here's what the game will look like.
Especially with the last topic we got about
it's like,
about the next gen upgrade
good
thing.
Marketing,
Yeah. So for me, what they need to do is give a proper statement on the next gen upgrade thing, which we'll get into in just a minute here at the end of the show, because that's the last thing I have listed here. But they need to, and yes, I know that what I'm saying is not game related, but this is turning into an issue for Sony here. The next gen upgrade thing is turning into a controversy for them, especially given how Microsoft is treating cross-gen games on their platform with smart delivery, because you have games in there, or rather major games going in there like Far Cry 6, as well as Elden Ring is going to be in smart delivery for Xbox as well, apparently. So which means that with smart delivery on Xbox, you buy it on one platform, you get the upgrade for free to next gen if you have a next gen console, or vice versa. If you buy it on next gen, you get the Xbox One version to play, and no extra charge at that point. But with that being said, yeah, that's what I think Sony needs to do, is address the upgrade process from PS4 to PS5 version of games, especially for their first party, because that's becoming an issue right now. Now, in regards to that's what Nord and I think they should do. What will they show us? Well, like we said earlier, I'm expecting something about God of War. You? Fuck. So with that being said, folks, I'm expecting something about God of War. You, Nord?
Yeah,
my controller turned off
there, but
yeah.
Yeah, I would expect something like that, yeah.
So with that being said, a standard prediction, something that is believable that we think will happen. From my understanding, we haven't gotten a release date for God of War yet, right?
I don't think so.
So my standard safe prediction will be getting a release date for God of War tomorrow. You?
Yep, that's definitely in the standard category.
Or do you have something different in mind for this?
Well, I mean, I do have low expectations.
Yeah, because you don't give a shit about Sony anyway.
Well, I know, but I've also seen what they've done.
Yeah.
To fans and to especially the YouTuber community.
Yeah. In the last couple of years, yeah.
I don't think they're trying to hear any criticism or any ideas from people like us.
And there's a reason that on an episode that we're previewing something for Sony, there's a reason why I'm wearing my Xbox shit, because fuck you, Sony.
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. But so so no so no standard thing, or you're just gonna go with what I went with?
Well, no. I would think my standard prediction is that they'll have gameplay of a AAA game of some kind.
Oh well, way to be
I don't expect it to be the one everyone wants to see, though. Or any of the ones anyone wants to see.
So you think that they're gonna show off, like, God forbid, full gameplay with someone playing it of an indie title?
Yeah, or an expansion of something nobody gives a damn about anymore.
So like an expansion of Destiny or something.
Yeah, Fortnite or some shit.
Or God forbid them like show gameplay of like the multiplayer for next gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5, which actually is probably possible at this point.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's in the standout category too.
So with that said, bold prediction. Do you have something interesting for bold positive prediction?
Bold positive prediction.
Yeah, and I worded that way because there is another category for this added going. Obviously, it's never gonna happen because this is obviously a fake fucking thing, which we'll get into right after this.
Yeah. We would like to keep our bold predictions in the seriously bold, never gonna happen category.
But we wouldn't be surprised if they happened. But this category is largely for things that basically encompass what we expect to happen, coupled with what should happen, kind of what needs to happen, and there's no way the company would do it, but it's more believable than just saying like Halo Infinite will be launching day and date on PlayStation. I think you guys get my point there.
Yeah, that's not bold enough.
Well, first of all, that's a fake fucking thing anyway.
Yeah, even if it wasn't fake, it still wouldn't be bold anyway.
Yeah, and it's never going to happen. So things that are possible to happen but likely won't is what bold predictions are supposed to be.
Uh-huh.
So with that said, what do you have for us?
No, yeah, I put Horizon Forbidden West gameplay in the bold category.
All right. For me, a bold thing would be, you guys know me, that I generally don't like do a lot of bold predictions for games most of the time. And this is one of those occasions where I'm also not doing a game one. So for me, Sony announcing, because we do know that this is confirmed, that they have invested more money into PlayStation Plus. So with that being said, this isn't much of a bold prediction, but it still kind of is to a degree. Sony announcing tomorrow, I'm not saying they're going to, but this is my bold prediction for it, announcing that PS5 will be getting 2 games a month. PS4 is getting 2 games a month as well for PlayStation Plus, therefore doubling it to 4, much like Xbox with legacy games, as they call it, between 360 and the original Xbox and 2 Xbox One games. Instead of what we've been getting for PlayStation Plus is 2 PS4 games and 1 PS5 game. So they will just increase the amount of games that PlayStation Plus members get per month by 1.
Sony being generous? Yes, that is a bold prediction.
Yeah. But keeping in mind that they've already basically announced that they're investing more money into PlayStation Plus. What does that mean? Nobody fucking knows. But this is my best guess at this point.
Maybe they just want credit for doing that without actually doing it.
Because that could mean anything from... Because that could
like
mean
a not to say we did kind of moment.
Because that could mean anything from better servers for streaming games on the platform, or streaming games for PlayStation Now, or what I just said, or it could mean pretty much anything for PlayStation Plus. Because keep in mind that online play is locked off behind PlayStation Plus. Keep that in mind, guys. Because this could just wind up meaning that they're going to get better online functionality with their servers for online play. That's all this could mean in the end. So, but still, I stand by my bold prediction that there will be an extra free game added to the Plus games coming up in some month in the future. Is my bold prediction for that. Now, the fake prediction. Now keep in mind that what inspired this was Dustin talking about fake rumors for the event tomorrow for Sony and whatnot. And that inspired me to come up with this idea. That doesn't Nord and I come up with something that's so out there, so outrageous, you know it's never gonna fucking happen because it never fucking will.
Yeah.
So, with that said, what is not going to be announced that we're fake saying will be announced tomorrow? Even though, like I said, keep in mind, it's not going to be. And,
yeah.
we're not saying that it is, but we're pretending that we are saying that it is. Just so you guys are aware. Just so you guys in the comments don't say, why would you guys say, blah, blah? Well, we told you up front that it's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. We know it's fake. We're just screwing around here. So lighten the fuck up.
Yeah.
So with that said, Nord,
I'm going to go with Knights of the Old Republic remastered with Keanu Reeves cast as Revan.
So will that be exclusive to PlayStation or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sony exclusive.
Well, you seem like you're trying to make this a competition between us now. Who can come up with the most outrageous thing?
Well, you said outrageous, so I figured I'd go for bro.
Well, that's about as outrageous as you get. Let's see. What can I come up with here? Yeah, I think I got one. Sony to announce tomorrow. Now keep in mind, like I said, not gonna happen. But Sony to announce tomorrow that they are going back to free online play like they did on the PlayStation 3. And to couple with that, they pair it with full reverse compatibility with PS1, PS2, and PS3 on the PS5. Comment down below which one you think is more outrageous. KOTOR 3 starring Keanu Reeves as Revan. Remake, that is.
I didn't say KOTOR 3. I said Knights of the Old Republic remastered.
Okay, so Knights of the Old Republic 1 remaster with Keanu Reeves as Revan, or full reverse compatibility with older PlayStation consoles, coupled with an announcement of free online play going forward, PlayStation Plus subscription no longer needed. Comment down below which one you think is more outrageous. I know that I'm probably voting for Nords at this point.
Yeah, I'll vote for my own too, because that is not happening.
But I also don't think that mine's happening either.
Yeah.
The only way that mine could be more outrageous is if, along with it, the PS3 and PS2 collection are free for Plus members, the entire collection.
Yeah, they're not doing that.
Nobody's gonna fucking do that. Not even Steam. So, with that said, that closes out the PlayStation Showcase preview predictions part of things. Thank you for checking that much out, guys. With that said, another thing that does bear mentioning along the lines of the PlayStation Showcase is the creator of Stardew Valley to announce a new game. Could we see that at PlayStation event? Probably. But I would be more inclined to think that we'll see this at a future Xbox thing. You?
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe even at a Nintendo event coming up. But any thoughts on the creator of Stardew Valley doing a completely new thing for a game?
Well, they certainly could.
Stardew Valley is pretty popular, so.
Yeah, it would be loved.
For sure. Or at least people would be willing to give it a try because it's the creator of Stardew Valley, so. With that said,
there's a trust there.
Yeah. With that said, Mass Effect 5 might use Unreal Engine, rumor, so take it with a huge grain of salt.
Yeah, we'd like to hope they were serious.
Yeah. And another notes I have on this are Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem both used Frostbite, which is EA owns game engine, which DICE famously uses for Battlefield and whatnot, which is designed for shooters and not RPGs. But on another note, Mass Effect 1 through 3, the original Mass Effect trilogy, used Unreal 3 engine. So, we've already seen what Mass Effect games can do on an Unreal engine. And we've seen what Mass Effect how shitty it can be on anything else. So, with that said, I will leave this topic with this one blanket statement. Mass Effect 5 needs to be on Unreal Engine 5. Anything less is unacceptable.
Yeah, it's just wouldn't work as well.
Well, we've already seen that it doesn't work on the fucking failure that is Frostbite. Look no further than Frostbite not functioning with a game than Madden and FIFA.
Yeah, especially Madden. Jesus.
Yeah. So, anything else to add before we get to the final topic? Anything else to add about Unreal Engine and Mass Effect?
Not on that, no.
Okay, so with that said, the reason why I was withholding talking about this during the PlayStation Showcase previews part of things, Sony evidently lied about the next-gen upgrades. They have no smart delivery akin to what Xbox has for their games. Meaning, for example, when you pre-order Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4 for $60, you get just that version. If you spend the $70 for the next gen version, you get both then. So, yeah. So where does the free upgrade come in?
Yeah, you're supposed to believe it is without it actually being one.
Yeah, so Sony obviously lied again to people. Anything else to add there?
No, I agree. They just straight up lied on that one.
Yeah. And hence why some of the things I said earlier hold some weight because with the upcoming Sony event, they need to address this situation. Because on the one hand, you have Xbox doing the opposite of what they're doing, and people are taking part and enjoying having access to playing, for example, upcoming, like I said earlier, Far Cry 6 on Xbox One and on their Series X or S, as well as upcoming Elden Ring, and then also upcoming Forza Horizon 5, which I know is not on PlayStation, and Halo, which again I know is not on PlayStation as well. But still, the fact that you could play those games on both generations and just buy one generation's version.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. As far as I'm concerned, you know what console generation is the place for me to be on a limited budget, because I don't get paid to cover this shit. I do it completely out of pocket from my actual job, on top of paying all of my bills. And Xbox is the best place to cover all of this stuff, because if I can buy a next gen game, I'll be able to still cover it from my Xbox One on Twitch and easily port that to YouTube should I choose to do it that way. Assuming my experiment with the other console on Twitch and YouTube actually goes well, then I'll be able to do it. God help me both ways. Insert joke here.
Yeah.
But with that being said, yeah, Sony has to address this, because they're caught in yet another fucking lie. Kind of like the press secretary.
Yeah.
Only difference is that lives are not at stake or lost because of said lies. Unlike the White House and the press secretary.
Yeah, it's thankfully the gaming industry isn't deadly serious.
Yeah. Thank God that lies are not deadly, they just piss everybody off. That's the only difference here. So with that being said, what are you gonna... Well, we know what you and I are going to be up to right away after this. We're going to be filming a new episode of Breaking Rocks, because we got something to talk about there in regards to what I was just alluding to a degree. But after Breaking Rocks, what are you going to be up to?
Well, I'm going to keep on playing my games.
In my case, I'm going to be working on putting my clean laundry away, which I just did.
Yeah, I mentioned off stream that I renewed my Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that in a couple of weeks when I get paid again.
So I have myself a lovely year of fun ahead.
Yeah, because of the things that I just ordered or had delivered. Like, I have an extra Xbox Series controller, because the original one that I bought I used just for my PC. And I got sick of, like, stop playing on my Series S just because the rechargeable battery in the controller died. So I bought another Xbox Series controller so I could have two for that. Even though, yes, I know, guys, what you're going to say in the comments, Xbox One controllers work on the Series S. You could just do that, yeah, but I don't want to have to go through the syncing process the entire time.
Yeah, it's a pain.
And secondly, I also bought a charging dock for the Series controllers, and a t-shirt from Tom McDonald, and 2 albums. So, in the last couple days, I spent about $200, give or take.
Yep.
Or in the last week or so. For just things. So,
yes, things.
Yeah, so with that said, I will say this: when the albums come, I will do an unboxing on the entertainment channel. For those, they shipped out yesterday, so they should be here in about a week or two at this point, but we'll see what happens. But with that being said, that's all we got for the DDG podcast episode number 33. And we will see you next week if there's any news or anything to discuss. Actually, we will have to review the PlayStation thing, so we'll be here next week for that either way. Right?
Yep.
So with that said, if you guys are watching this, Breaking Roxy, if you have any interest in us talking about politics and anything like that, that will be up on the entertainment channel of Drew Entertainment right after this. So with that being said, if that makes you go to Drew Entertainment for the Breaking Rocks podcast, the most recent episode for that. And while you're there, check out whatever's on the channel if the mood takes you to. That being said, we will see you guys next week here for more of this about PlayStation. Later, guys.
Yep.